set up the controls if you're playing on PS4, for Xbox 360 when I played on it. If I put the left and right hand on the top bumpers instead of the triggers, there was a problem with the hotkeys. So I don't know if if you're able to do that on the new generation Xboxes. So I can only speak for PS4. This is for PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 3. The reason I put these on top is you don't have to press the button as hard to have it activate. It allows for things like chaining together a quick attack with a power attack for, more damage. You're squeezing in more damage in between, like a block bash or a dodge attack, things like that. The more sensitive the button presses are, the more easy it is to do what you want to do. I have activate on this. This really doesn't matter that much. It's personal preference. It's just similar to Borderlands, so I put activate on that. And yeah, these buttons like that aren't that big of a deal. Yeah, same thing with the jump button. I think usually the activate is X, but do whatever you feel comfortable for with that. The sprint I think should be on L2, and the reason I put sprint on L2 is originally it's on L3. That wears out your paddle when you press L3 all the time. That will really put a lot of mileage on the left thumbstick quickly when you're constantly pressing it in to sprint and holding it down to sprint. It's really hard on your paddle. It's not going to last as long, and then you're going to have to replace it. So I'd advise, like, this is easier. You just, click it in, and on PS3 you have to hold it down, but on PlayStation 4 you just have to press it once, and then you can keep sprinting. Shout power I put on R2. Now, again, this is when you're in combat, you don't want to start sneaking. And I mean, if you're trying to do non-sneak combat, you don't want to start sneaking in the middle of a non-sneak combat, because you move slower, your moves are more clumsy, and it's just, it's not necessarily what you wanted to start doing. So that being on the L3 thumbstick, you're going to accidentally click it in, and that's really bad because you didn't mean to sneak, but you start sneaking in the middle of battle. Like if you're doing something like a permadeath run, this is really bad. You definitely don't want this. So I put this on the pad button, which is the middle button. And I could still sneak if I want to. I just press the pad button. The weight I put on L3. The reason for this is when I do accidentally click in L3 while I'm trying to move, it's not a big deal because you can't wait when you're in combat. If you accidentally wait outside of combat, no big deal. You can just cancel that like this. Just hit no, circle, and you don't have to wait. So that's why I put that on there. Toggle POV mode I have on R3. Again, if you accidentally click that in the middle of combat, it's not the end of the world. But if you want, I guess you can maybe put it on journal instead. But yeah, for me, maybe you could switch journal and toggle POV mode. This isn't a big deal though. Like, if you do accidentally press it, you just switch the points of view. But yeah, if that's a problem, you could just, I don't know. Anyways, that's pretty much all I had. I think this is, for me personally, I think this is the most effective way to have the controls to be most effective in combat and not accidentally sneak. And this is also going to preserve your paddle and make it not wear out as quickly, especially the left and right thumbsticks. Those are usually the first to go on these paddles with these first-person shooter games. And I think it's great that you can change the controls the way you want. I think all games should have this feature. I don't know why they don't. It's really upsetting. Really upsetting when games don't have this feature. But yeah, that's it.